Hey everyone, my name is Polidora Dimitriou and I'm here to talk to you about generic and brand drugs. As you can see from the picture, I'm a chemist. I studied chemistry at the University of Athens and did a master's degree at the University of Warwick in analytical science and instrumentation techniques. Currently doing my MBA at CIIM, and also I have been working in a pharmaceutical company based here in Cyprus for the last 5 years as a quality control analyst. To begin with, shown here in a funny way, there is a misconception in people's minds about generic drugs. They have the tendency to believe that because they are less expensive than brand drugs, that they're of pure quality and less efficient. But is that actually the truth? Is that what's really going on? Well, in the time given to me today, I'm going to try to briefly explain to you what's really going on and what's the truth behind it. Well, to begin with, brand drugs are just drugs that have been discovered, developed, and exclusively marketed by a pharmaceutical company after they have received an approval by a respective regulatory agency. Because it takes years and years and even millions in cost to release a new drug in the market. The companies that have developed the product are owning the patent. That means that for a number of years, they're eligible to exclusively sell this product in the market in order to recoup money that they have spent in the past in their R&D department. That's why usually brand drugs are more expensive in comparison with generic drugs. But that's when generic drugs come. Well, when the patent life of a drug expires, then other companies or even the same company is eligible to make a generic drug which is similar to the brand drug. What I mean by that is that it's a copy. It's not exactly the same, but it needs to follow certain regulations. For example, a generic drug must ensure the bioavailability of the product. It needs to have the same active ingredient as the brand drug. It needs to have the same route of administration, same strength, and same dosage form. However, because generic drug companies do not ever go through that research and development costs and that time spent during that period, they're much cheaper than brand drugs. They're just buying a recipe and following that recipe. However, they're as strong and as safe as brand drugs. There's no reason to worry about that. They might be slightly different in color, in flavor, in shape, because they might differ in inactive ingredients, but they're allowed to do that as well. However, you need to be sure and you need to strongly believe that in all cases, both production factories, whether it's a brand drug or a generic drug, both production factories meet high standards. However, so generic drugs are less expensive, so it's easier to buy them. They're more affordable in a sense, and during this time of economic crisis, they're easier. It's the most obvious solution. If they're offering the same stuff, they're providing the same cure, it's better, you will consider that it's better to get a generic drug. However, what could happen if brand drug companies were not protected? If they were selling it at a cheaper price, or if they were not allowed to sell it, then it could be cases where they might close their research and development department, which may lead to layoffs, or even more importantly, there could be sick people trying to find their cure, trying to see whether a new drug has been developed, and then having the doctor telling you, well, you know what, the drug that you need has not been invented, and it has not been invented because the research and development department of a company has been shut down because they could not make enough money. So there's something to think about, like, they'll buy a brand product or buy a generic product. Well, it's cheaper, but they're buying a recipe. They're doing all the research. You need to fund both. So what you're actually going to do. The decision is yours. You need to make an informed one. I tried to give you as much information as I could. First of all, you need to talk to your doctor, depending on what's happening and what's the and I would like to thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.